How you doing, America? Mr. Williams here again. We're going to do a couple of subjects. This is part 2. I hope that you've seen part 1. If you haven't seen part 1, look at part 1, because this will lead you into part 2. Anyway, let's get going here. We're going to go over a couple of subjects, a real tough topic subjects this evening. First, we're going to start out with the minimum wage. The minimum wage has to catch up from 1968 on. What has happened is, since 1968, we haven't had the right minimum wage increase. So this is why you see the prices went up, the salary went down, and that's why we have recessions. We have not only had a recession now, we had a recession in the past 4 decades. So the minimum wage, it has to go to $15 an hour. But like I said in part 1, it has to be done with a plan so it doesn't raise all the prices. I don't think anybody knows how to do that but us. So we have done the work, and so we know how to put up the minimum wage to go up to $15 an hour, and that's $1 raise every year. Okay? Our program can handle it. We have tested it over and over. It took us 10 years, and we're doing it. Okay? So $15 an hour, that's the minimum wage. That's the minimum anybody should make in America. And we know how to do it, like I keep saying, without raising the prices of the products that you're going to be buying. The next thing let's talk about is education. Education is priority with the minimum wage. If you're 17 and under, you'll make $10. If you're 18 and above, you'll make $15 an hour. Kids should be able to help their families and support their families, along with getting their education. He wants to have a little $4 to $6 an hour job after school, he can, and it'll be not a waste of time, and he'll make enough money to where he'll be able to help out with his books, with everything. You have to get to school. If kids nowadays, I talk to a lot of college students, they say, man, am I struggling. That has a burden on his studies. So a lot of them drop out, a lot of them don't make it in their subjects. They have to be able to make some money, the ones that have to work. And they got to be able to make good money. So anyway, the minimum wage, it goes along with education. Also with high school students, it helps them along, helps their family get along. Okay? The next thing we're going to talk about is crime. Again, here again, minimum wage, education, crime. We need to stop crime against each other. The only way that happens is that people are at work, people are willing to work for the wage that they're making. They're not saying, oh, I'm going to commit a petty crime because it's worth more than making $7.25 an hour. And a lot of people take that alternative, and that's why we have such a high crime rate. Okay? Now we're going again into something else that is crime, which is drug use. They get bored, they don't have no money, they don't have no minimum wage, they don't have anything. And so they start into drug use or drug dealing. There's so many drugs, illicit, illegal drugs in this country that's why I close my eyes right there. We have to stop the amount of drug use, especially for kids that are out here in the street. And we gotta show that, even though there are programs out there, but I think the minimum wage, along with education, I think that will help cut way back on drug use. But we have separate programs that make the minimum wage, education, drug use work. This is what this program does. So again, this is part 2. Let's go into infrastructure. Infrastructure creates jobs. They're trying to do a little bit here, a little bit there. We need an all-out assault on infrastructure. An all-out assault on infrastructure. I can't say it enough. An all-out assault. Our program shows you how to get the money. Each state, we will show you how to get the money, so you can fix your infrastructure. It's terrible in every state, all across America. It's terrible. You can't put a little Band-Aid here, a little Band-Aid there. Let's go into medical. This is a big one. Very difficult for the doctors and the patient. Our program hits this head on. We need medical so bad. The medical care in this country only touches a few people in between. Most people don't go. But if they had our medical program will work for them. Also, we have an all-out dental program. If all of us went to the dentist, even if you went yesterday, they could find something wrong in your mouth. Your oral hygiene is very important to your health. Very important. So we have a medical and dental program. See, they forgot about that, didn't they? Medical and dental. Our program will take care of this. Again, this is confidential. We need a governor, the White House, or a mayor to come forward and want to work with us with this program. Unemployment. Like I said in part one, I keep going back to part one because we're going to make a whole playlist. Unemployment is a thing of the past with our program. A thing of the past. We will find what you can do. If you have a disability, we have a job for you. If you have something else wrong with you, we have a job. As long as you can show up. If you can show up and work, you will get paid $15 an hour or more. Unemployment, we're going to make it go to zero. It will be on zero. Promise me. In a short time in your state after we implement our program. Taxes. I can't tell you the tax program, but it'll work out for you, believe me. We've worked it out. Everything we've done with our program, we've done in trial and error. It works. It absolutely works. The new mayors and the new governors, the people this November that want to be your new governors and new mayors, I would say don't vote for none of them unless they've implemented our program. Because if they haven't implemented this program, nothing's going to change. Nothing, absolutely not, is going to change. Absolutely not. Nothing's going to change. Think about it. Nothing's going to change. I'm talking to you as if I were your neighbor. Not with a whole bunch of big words and all that. Plain and simple, down to the truth. So, if they ask them, have you talked to this gentleman named Mr. Williams? If they don't implement this program, I wouldn't vote for him. Again, nothing's going to change for you. Get it through your heads. That's one thing you're going to have to learn. Nothing's going to change. Our program will change it. Budget cuts. They're cutting universities, this, that, and the other. That won't happen under our program. You know about all the cuts they're doing to academic programs and everything, because the federal government isn't going to give them the same amount of money they've been giving them. So they're looking for ways to cut. That's the only thing they can do. We're not saying anything wrong about presidents of universities. They got to cut where they see fit, because they just are not going to get the same amount of money from the federal government. But the thing is, they won't need the federal government to give them any money with our program. They won't need it. I know that's a no-no saying that, but they won't need it. Security. I would say to the gentleman, Mr. Martinez, make sure that the gentleman that lost a son that was killed by the young man, Elliot Rogers, and all the rest of them, I would say to you, sorry for your loss, but your son is not going to be the last one to die. We have to implement a program that does it right in the schools, in our malls, and in society. They yell about they don't have the money. Your state will have the money with our program. And our thing is safety. We will show them how to implement it. And not that nobody knows how to implement it, but we have a better program. This is the betterment of everyone. So please, tell everybody about part 2 with Mr. Williams. This program is real. This is an election year. Let's get going here. We're at the end of June here. So we have time for you to spread this video all around. Let your mayors and governors know that there is a program that can straighten out a lot of things and solve a lot of our problems. Our school deficits, national debt, and state debt, the debts, I mean, that's the first thing we have to solve. Then it has a domino effect. So in closure, I hope that you understand. I can keep on ranting and raving about our program and all, but the thing is that it's the only program. It isn't well thought out. It is the program. It's the program that we need that works for everybody. It works from top to bottom, from bottom to the top, from the top to the middle to the bottom, from the bottom to the middle to the top. I hope you're laughing. Like I said, I'm here to make you smile, because we are overjoyed, because we know we have it. We know we have it. The last thing is, last but not least, I challenge any governor to come forward and say, let's work together. I will have to work with them and their state as a consultant. Like I said, it's not a magic wand. It is reality. It is what has to be done. It's well thought out. It's been checked out by law. It is the program of now and the future. It just keeps making everything better as we go along. But things aren't getting better as we go along. We got to quit throwing money into a fire. This program keeps on making things better. Keep that in mind. Keeps making things better as it goes along. If they don't have this program in your state is going to continue to fail. And all y'all can run outside and say, oh, forget him, it's all right, this, that, and the other, until you get a door slammed in your face and say, we're no longer doing that program, we're no longer doing this, this was cut, that was cut, this and that, there's not a job for you when you graduate, oh, there's no jobs for the kids in the summertime, you know, they commit graffiti and break windows and do all this other kind of stuff. So, I'm going to tell you again, if you don't implement this program, everything that I said won't happen, there won't be no change, everything will stay the same, and that's just the way it will be. But remember, don't go around, and I don't want no governor or mayor going around saying that we can't do this, we can't do that. Because here it is. Here it is, America. So I want to thank you for viewing my video, and I hope that you able to get to your governors and get to your mayors, or even the White House see this, or even some of the great celebrities that are activists, or some of the people that have TV shows that I can come and speak. I would be glad to come. So please, America, make it go viral. Tell all your friends that there is a program that works for everybody. And remember, $15 an hour. Great medical care and dental care. Lower crime. And we'll show you how to get off drugs. Our program absolutely works. And our immigration program. Immigration is not all about force. It has to be brought about. In our immigration program, they're so way off about it. That's a big subject. That's why I keep coming back to it. That's why I keep saying things over and over. Because I wanted to get to you. I want you to understand. I'm pleading with you. I am pleading with you to push my program so I can get on TV or wherever or whatever. This program, I promise you, will take care of all of us as far as we want to take it. So I want to thank you, America. Stay tuned for part 3. Thank you so much. Bye.